What's up, guys? This is TS Football Broadcast, and I am bringing you another video. I was going to make and upload this yesterday, but I thought my mic was coming in today. Yes, guys, I ordered a mic, so you won't be hearing whatever this sound quality is after the newest thing that's coming Monday. Is supposed to be here sooner than that, but it's not gonna be here till Monday. So Thursday, you're still gonna hear this. Sunday/Monday. I might hold off the Sunday till Monday so you can get good sound quality. Anyway, let's get into it. First, the Bills at the Jets. This was Sunday. Josh Allen, better but raw. Penalties on both sides. Bell looked rusty. Darnold looked better but bled. John Brown looked great. Other than that, it was really just a game to forget. Bills won 17-16. What the fuck? Okay, no, my scores are in here. It's gonna be interesting. Titans at Browns. Titans 43. Browns at home lost with 13 points. Kevin Byron's all pro tour started. I think he got one pick or two picks. Offense for the Browns looked really out of sync. The defense played like it was asleep. It also got thrown in bad field position by Baker's 3 picks. I believe all 3 of them were in the fourth quarter too, because he's trying to make things happen, so don't overstate those 3 picks. Mariota threw 3 touchdowns and looked great. Derrick Henry in the pass game, he home run hit. In the run game, he was good. A.J. Brown's coming out party was also pretty great, and Delaney Walker came back, and I was kind of stoked about that. Redskins, Eagles. Eagles won it by, I believe, I think it was 27-20 or 27-24 or something like that. Yeah, my scores are all glitched up, so I'm having to remember this, which I'm doing surprisingly well. Anyway, so Wentz looked like he was going to be MVP. Like, he looked like MVP Wentz, not ouch Wentz, like old, like looking worn out Wentz. Also, the return of D-Jax was pretty great. I think he got 2 50-plus touchdowns in that game, or 1. It was 2, because it was pretty great. As for the Redskins, Keenum played actually surprisingly well. Geis sucked, and they had AB deactivated. Personally, I would not deactivate Adrian Pearson after that 1,000-yard season he just put up. I would have been like, AP, go get your shit together and get us 1,000 yards again. And then the best Redskins receiver is Terry McLaurin. I thought that was pretty notable because I had no clue who he was until that game. Moving on, Falcons Vikings. This was 28-14. Kirk Cousins won a big game. What the fuck is this? He only threw 10 throws though, so you gotta keep that in mind. He was 8 of 10, 1 touchdown. So he won a big game, but was he really the cause of it? No. Vikings defense was really good. 3 short fields. Vikings pounded the rock amazingly. I think Cook had 122 yards, and there was another dude running pretty good. Matt Ryan looked sloppy. Falcons offense looked very one-dimensional. It was kind of sloppy in terms of penalties all around. Chiefs at Jaguars. It was 40-26. Chiefs won. Big Dick Nick, I think his season's over. Gardner Minshew looked like he can hold down the fort, especially with that mustache. Mahomes was great. Sammy Watkins went off without having to be second fiddle, which is interesting. I don't know if he maintains that. If Sammy Watkins is healthy, they will not miss Tyreek Hill a whole lot. Like, they'll miss him, but won't be as bad as with our teams. This was a pretty bad game in terms of injuries. I mean, Hill, he's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. Mahomes had an ankle sprain, and Foles, was it his collarbone? Something of his collarbone, I think. So he's out 2 to 4 months, which probably means the season. And then Shady McCoy returned. He had, I think, 80 yards on the day, so that was pretty good. All right, my least favorite and favorite game at the same time. Ravens at Dolphins, 59-10. I just found this game ridiculously funny more than anything. Yeah. Lamar Jackson, 5 passing touchdowns, 324 yards. Didn't run it that much. RG3 also threw a touchdown. Yeah, that's right, guys. RG3 has thrown a touchdown more recently than Andrew Luck. That's fucking crazy. Ingram and Gus Edwards were pretty all right. Andrews and Mark Andrews and was it AJ Brown? Sorry, there's like 3 Browns in the league now, so I'm a little confused. I think it's AJ Brown. They both had good games. Now in terms of the Dolphins, Fitz tragic, looked pedestrian. He had no weapons around him, no line, no nothing, no Dolphins run game. The only person who looked awake on offense, barring Fitz tragic, was Devontae Parker. And that's not how you win football games. Anyway, Ravens, you may feel like you're good right now, but you beat a team that's demoralized and has no talent. So don't overhype the Ravens yet. I'm holding off on it personally until like week 8 or 9 before I have any type of hype towards the Ravens. 1, because I'm a Browns fan and I hate the idea of that. And 2, because the Ravens always do good in their first game of the season. Next, Rams at Panthers. 27-30 Rams. Goff looked pedestrian, but they did win. He was kind of just a big moments dude. Gurley definitely looked like he was on snap count, even though they said he wasn't. He looked like he was. The Rams defense looked pretty good. 3 sacks, 1 pick. Panthers D was also pretty good. Christian McCaffrey was also spectacular on the ground and the air like usual, as you'd expect. I still question Cam's shoulder. I don't think it's great right now. I also think the Panthers season does hinge on, hey, can Cam's shoulder hold together, and will the Panthers' weapons be good? All right, next, Colts at Chargers. Chargers won. I don't remember the score. I'm sorry. Colts, Jacoby Brissett played pretty good. 2 touchdowns, 21-27. Nothing to sneer at. Mack was awesome, had 174 yards and a touchdown. Brissett did throw both his touchdowns to T.Y. Hilton, though, or T.D. Hilton, as he should be called if he keeps this up. Colts defense played pretty good, 4 sacks, 1 pick. I just don't think they were dynamic enough to win. That was the problem. They played really solid all around, but they just weren't dynamic. Melvin Gordon, Austin Eckler was pretty spectacular. Also, Phillip Rivers. Fuck yeah. Chargers defense also played solid. They pretty much played enough so their offense would win. After this game, I think the Colts are going to be 9-7. They don't have that boom factor at quarterback anymore, but I think Brissett's good enough to lead them to like just above 500. Bengals at Seahawks, 20-21. Seahawks won. Seahawks, what the fuck? Anyway, so way too close for the Seahawks. This lowered my Seahawks stock a ton after seeing this. Dalton threw 418 yards, and Ross played good for the first time in his career with 2 touchdowns. The Bengals defense had 4 sacks. That Seahawks O-line looked pretty craptastic. Wilson was good despite this. DK Metcalf looked pretty good. I believe he had 4 receptions, 89 yards, something like that. But DK Metcalf, man, he looked pretty solid in his debut. Jadeveon Clowney got 1 sack. Jefferson got 2 for 4 sacks on the Seahawks defense. I don't remember who got the 4 sacks to the Bengals. It was just a bunch of contributors. 27-27 tie. What? Stafford looked like his old self, throwing 3 touchdowns, 385 yards. TJ Hawkinson looked great in his debut, throwing 131 and a touchdown. But the Lions' run game was extremely disappointing. I don't think anyone played good at running back. A lot of balls are bad down for the Cardinals because of Kyler Murray. Also, he played well at the end, but he threw the ball 54 times. Let's get this straight. He threw the ball 54 times, first game in the NFL. Let's have him throw the ball 54 times. In my opinion, this is a what the fuck Cliff Kingsbury, because he should not be throwing the ball 54 times as a rookie, much less in his first game. I think Murray handled the situation quite well, despite the incompetence of Cliff Kingsbury. But I don't think they're going to win a lot of games. I love Kyler Murray, though, because he still played good despite that. But that was freaking dumb. Also, Terrell Suggs had 2 sacks, so yay, Terrell Suggs. All right, next we got the Slop Fest. I believe it's 31-15. 49ers at Buccaneers. The offenses looked like shit on both sides. 3 pick sixes in the game. Jameis, just like I've been saying the last 2 years, is a bust. He threw 3 picks again because he's a bonehead. Garoppolo still looks overpaid. Also, like I said, 49ers run game looked dead as fuck. I have no clue why they look so dead. Ronald Jones was good. Like, yeah, I thought he was a bust. Like, last year, he looked like a bust. This year, he looked pretty good in his first game. The 49ers defense did get 3 sacks, 3 picks, but they're playing Jameis Winston. So I'm not going to overhype them yet. I loved what I saw, but still. All right, and then Giants at Cowboys. Cowboys won. Don't remember the score. I'm sorry. Dak beat a bad defense. That defense was terrible, but he did throw 405 yards and 4 touchdowns, which is spectacular. Zeke actually looked bleh, which was kind of awesome because that led the way for Michael Gallup, Amari Cooper, Randall Cobb to be a pretty good receiving trio. Like, that was actually really good. Witten also came back. That was cool. He got a touchdown. My problem with the Cowboys is you got 1 sack on that Giants offensive line. Actually, that's actually not that bad now that I'm thinking about that. Because that's Nate Solder, Kevin Zeitler, and Will Hernandez. That's actually not terrible. It's just not great. Barkley and Evan Ingram were the best parts of the offense. Yeah, Eli looked extremely pedestrian, but given the circumstances, I'm like, pedestrian Eli's just enough at this point. At least he didn't look like shit. I think they shouldn't roll with Daniel Jones yet because this season's, yeah. Giants defense looked fucking terrible. It's probably one of the worst defenses I've seen. Moving right past that, we got the Sunday night game, 3-33. The Patriots beat the shit out of the Steelers and made my night way better because I hate the Steelers because I'm a Browns fan, obviously. And, yeah. The Steelers' offensive line, let's just say how bad this game was. The Steelers' offensive line got a penalty for not snapping the ball. That's how bad this game was, and I've loved every second of it, every fuck up. I loved watching the Steelers get ass clapped. Juju also got hurt, which kind of sucks because I like Juju. I hate the Steelers, but I like Juju because Juju seems like a good person. Who the hell's number 2 option in Pittsburgh? That was another thing. Also, Steelers' pass rush looked asleep. Conversely, Patriots, they looked all set. All 3 phases looked ready to go, ready for a Super Bowl run. And they're without Antonio Brown and Kevin Van Noy, which means they're probably going to win even more, which is terrible, but at least they beat the Steelers. All right, Monday, the first game Monday night. Texans at Saints. Texans were the better team. They lost by, I think it was 28-24. No, it was 27-28. I remember, I actually watched this game, which is cool. It was 27-24, something like that. I was really tired by the end, and then I watched the game that made me fall asleep, which we'll talk about in a minute. But Lutz looked awesome at kicking. Watson led a pretty decent drive to win, but Breezes. If he wasn't facing one of the GOATs, he would have won that game. So I think the Saints are lucky to have Drew Brees, or else they would have lost. This goes for both defenses. Their front sevens looked good. Their corners looked like garbage. I mean, some corners looked good, some corners didn't. There's a corner on each team that were getting burned. It was one of the better games I've seen in a while. I really enjoyed watching it, which I can't say for some other games today or this weekend. Now, let's finish off the Monday stuff with a shocker. I truly believe the Broncos are going to beat the Raiders, handily. But I think they lost 16-22 or something like that. It was not what I expected and not very good for the Broncos. Derek Carr went 22-26. Yeah, he only threw 1 touchdown, but that completion percentage, he sort of looked like his old MVP self, which was kind of cool because I kind of like Derek Carr. Josh Jacobs, 85 yards and a good debut. And then for the receiving core, no Antonio Brown equaled Darren Waller looking like a baller. And then Terrell Williams looked pretty great too. And the Raiders managed 3 sacks defensively. Not expecting that. Broncos O-line. Flacco looked pedestrian. I don't want to say Flacco looked wacko because he didn't play terrible, but oh boy, Denver, you guys are in for a fun year by the looks of it. Offensively, Sutton played better than and then Cortland Sutton looked like the best weapon as opposed to it usually being Emmanuel Sanders. That was kind of crazy to see, but it was like, cool, Sutton. Also, in the run game, Freeman looked better than Lindsey. They had a pretty even load, but I think Lindsey had like 10 less yards, and Freeman looked pretty decent. Neither one looked great, but they both looked Freeman had like 5 yards of carry, though, when Lindsey had like 3.9 or 4 point something, so yeah, a little worried about Phillip Lindsay. The Broncos defense, it was really shocking to see. They had no sacks or interceptions. They can't do that and expect to win with Joe Wacko at quarterback, and then your offensive line giving up sacks. You gotta like create something for your offense. So yeah, just to recap, this was the first week of the NFL season. It's probably gonna be one of the uglier weeks. That and week 17 is always super ugly. Week 16 isn't pretty either. So this is one of the uglier weeks. We're going to have some pretty weeks coming up, and then we're going to be back to ugly. I'm hopefully going to have a mic for the next Sunday video. If I don't have the mic Sunday, I'm going to wait till Monday, and then I'm going to combine them again like apple, pen. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Have a nice day. Like, comment, subscribe. Check Twitter in the description below. I'm on that every day. If you want to follow that, do that. Have a nice day, and goodbye.